What's good, Mind Speakers? Thank you guys for joining me on my Patreon for another episode of What is Life? Because, I don't know. Basically, what is life is, if you did not watch the first episode that I put up last month, is basically we're going to take a topic that's going on in life. We're going to sit down, we're going to talk about it. Maybe you identify with it, maybe you don't, but maybe we could all learn something. We're working through some shit together. And as you know, if you click this video, today we're talking about perfectionism. And this one goes out to all of my perfectionists out there, because I, too, Rachel Dole's all hands, I, too, do consider myself to be a perfectionist. And a lot of times when you're a perfectionist, it's not your fault. A lot of times when you're a perfectionist, it's something that was given to you. Maybe it's parental expectations, which for me, I pretty much think it was. My parents have always had very high expectations from me, and I feel like I deliver, but I deliver under the context of my reality, like what I'm supposed to do. All the excellence and stuff that they expect from me, I pour into my content. Maybe that's not what they like, but guess what? That's what I do. I went to a private school, so like it was really consolidated. I graduated in 8th grade with like 15 kids, and only about maybe 25 had come and gone throughout the whole process of pre-K through 8, so there weren't many. But when you're in that consolidated of environment, you have to compete, and so it's kind of like you have to be better, and you start competing, and that's where perfectionists come from. For me, it comes from basketball. It comes from that internal drive to be better than your competition, because that's A, what you have to do, but also B, your parents play a big role in why you're a perfectionist and the standard you set for yourself. My mom's a pusher. She's always been a pusher. It's always been like, okay, you did good, you can do better. You did great, you can do greater. You can do excellent, do excellenter. Infinity is never the bar. Infinity times 1,000 is the bar for my parents. And that's good because that forces you to push. But that energy is good when you're pushing towards something. But what about when you get there? And what about if you get there? What do you do with that energy? And my thing about being a perfectionist is I sit and I listen to a lot of stories of people who have made it. A lot of people who have pushed off happiness. Because I think a lot of us as perfectionists, we do that. We're like, oh, I'll be happy once I have that. Or I'll be happy once I see this amount in my bank account. Or I'll be happy once I hit that goal. Or I'll be happy once I hit 100,000. Or I'll be happy once I lose this amount of weight. And it teaches you that the reason why you're not happy is because things are not perfect. But how stupid is that to do? Because things will never be perfect. When they push off, oh, I'll be happy once I get that thing, I'll be happy once I get that Grammy. But then they get it, they realize that it's hollow. I think a lot about Kevin Durant, how all he ever wanted was an NBA championship. And like, however he went about getting it, once he got it, even still, he got caught up with a fake account on Twitter responding to trolls, and everybody's like, why are you trying to validate, you know what I mean, your win if this is the thing that you wanted so bad? And it's kind of like a lot of people, a lot of creatives, I think, chase things. And it's forcing, it's like a hamster wheel of, you're gonna keep going for a goal. But my whole point to that is, do you not see through the wheel that I'm trying to explain to you that being a perfectionist is a never-ending wheel to unhappiness? It makes no sense to do to yourself to completely decide that you're a human being who's got all of this shit on you, being a human being. All the mistakes you wear every single day, everything you should have done, should have said, didn't do, didn't. You're a host of mistakes, but your mistakes is what makes you great. No, not perfect, but it makes you great. The funniest stories, the best life experiences, the best songs, all those comes from mistakes, from fucking failures. They're all we are as a human beings are to wear basically what doesn't go right, and to internalize that and turn that into art in some way is how we kind of make this shit turn. I don't understand how being a perfectionist helps anyone in the long run, because here's what it does by me. Let's say I film a video, right? Which I've done. I've filmed What is Life, even the last one I filmed. And this very real brick wall behind me, you guys see it, it's real brick. But it only goes to about right below this camera line. Underneath it back here, my camera was too low and you could see the blue. And as a perfectionist, I threw a fucking fit, I closed the fucking laptop, I went and made a grilled cheese and I sat outside with an attitude. Rather than just being like, hey y'all, I know y'all want the content, let me put it up, I'm like, no, not good enough, can't do it, and I shut down. And then things don't get done for weeks because I'm such a perfectionist, because shit just throws me off. I don't like certain shit not being right. Now granted, of course I would never put up a video where my shit was just fucked up like that, but I'm here to let you know that if you're a perfectionist and you're struggling with perfectionism, here are some of the things that I've decided to do to offset a lot of my perfectionist qualities that have thrown my life off. One of the things I do now is I stop checking for progress on everything I do every single day. I don't know my subscriber count. I don't expect every video I put up to alter my subscriber count. Like, I don't. I'm not checking the bar every single day. If I put a video up, if I'm not gaining subscribers from that video, I'm not like crying anymore. Like, that video was supposed to get me to blank, blank, blank. No, it wasn't. It's supposed to be a part of the story. I don't put expectations on everything. I know you guys have noticed my weight loss transformation. I do want to talk more about it. It's just a thing that I'm processing internally right now. And I appreciate all your good comments. But even with that, if I'm gonna film one day, I wake up feeling good and I check the scale and the scale is 3 pounds heavier, that could fuck up my filming schedule. I don't feel good on camera anymore. I don't wanna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't keep checking for that stuff every day. It fucks up your mind. You keep checking for the big goal, it gets in the way of the progress. And that just causes this paralysis by analysis that fucks me up all the time. Being a perfectionist a lot of the time is just to lull yourself to sleep and not worry about all the shit you have to do in order to be where you want to be. Because I guarantee you, even when you want to be there, it's not going to be perfect. 3 years ago, it's coming up on 3 years since I started my YouTube channel, which I can't even believe it's coming up on 3 years since I started doing this. By this time, I expected to have so much more. And that is so stupid, because who am I to think that I even deserved more? I have been in a great spot for 3 years of work, but it's just about you managing your own expectations. And when you're a perfectionist, you tend to place the bar so high that you'll never reach it, just because you are trying to put something in front of the real reason why you can't seem to be happy. What is enough? What is going to be enough? Is happiness something that you can even acquire through the goals that you're trying to meet? Or are you trying to use your goals as like a pathway to happy? Are you digging towards happy? What is it? I think that's the biggest issue here with perfectionists. Is to be a perfectionist is really to kind of search for happy. And I don't know if happy is something that you can create through reaching goals. Don't get me wrong, it drives people to do some of the greatest shit on the planet. This is one of the greatest internal struggles to have. Like, I honestly feel like this struggle is probably what's gonna propel me to do great things in life, is this constant dig of a tunnel for fulfillment. But if I'm learning from the people who I listen to speak, like, I've listened to so many people tell me this story, like they take this long journey and they get to the end of it and there's nothing there, it's all hollow. To the perfectionist that's tired, because to be a perfectionist is to always be tired because of how much you feel like you have to do to reach this goal, the goalpost will always move. It's always the hamster wheel. The cheese is still right there, but you're still running. You're gonna keep running yourself crazy because you're never gonna meet that goal. It's not gonna happen. Cranes in the sky means there will always be work to be done. There's always gonna be something that's wrong. Right now, I hate my audio. It's still wrong. I want a new camera. It's still wrong. But guess what I did? I made something out of, you know what I mean, out of my shit. I'm proud of my shit. You can't hate every wrong part of everything and focus on that to give you a reason to be unhappy. That's not fair to do. You just need to check you and realize why you can't be happy with what you have. What's going on in the gratitude and what's going on within you, why you can't get to the happy. That's the real problem right there, is your connection to happy. And that's what perfectionists really struggle with, is that they take the search for internal happiness and they project it on these external means, and it makes them run to the end of the earth for it. And you'll find people like Caitlyn Jenner, who her entire life running to happy becomes a triathlete. Told you the story of it. The craziest journeys have been taken because of people who just feel the need to conjure up that happy. But at the end of that journey is nothing, because the journey that needs to take place is when you're sitting in your room and you're figuring it out. So that's really what to be a perfectionist really is. I hope I rambled that out perfectly. I hope I got that out right, because it feels right. I feel like I got that out right. But perfectionists, do the work. Because what you're doing is lazy. Because you know that the standards you're placing are unattainable. And even if you do somehow attain it, you know it doesn't mean anything because you're running from something. And what you need to do is figure out what exactly that is. It's more important for your mental stability to figure out what you're going towards. Because to me, I know I get bad paralysis by analysis, and I'm just thinking about the X's and O's things too much. Oh, I don't like my audio. Oh, the camera was tilted a little bit to the left. Oh, I don't like the way my face looks. Oh, I was ashy. Oh, there was a crumb in my beard. All the dumb shit that I just kind of zero in on is starting to destroy me. Because I can't even go back and look at my old work anymore because I'm so upset with all of it. If I could mute my channel probably from January 1st of this year, I probably would. And that's so dumb for me to say because that's my life's work. But that right there is the discovery and the journey that I have to be proud of to be able to love where I'm at and where I'm going. Because I think things are going in a positive direction for me. But I hate everything that's up there. I'm letting you know right now, the perfectionist in me wants to go up there and just crumble it to shreds and act like I was perfect from the jump. But that's not bravery. That's what perfectionists want to do. It's the beauty of knowing that you were imperfect and I got my shit together live on air for like 2.5 years. Talking shit about other people's art, meanwhile my own art is a goddamn mess. I sure the fuck did, and I'm proud of it. So that's all I gotta say on this What Is Life. If you guys can comment, you guys can comment on the video, you guys can comment on the Patreon, let me know what your relationship with perfectionism is. Let me know if you relate. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to have some good conversations about things that actually matter. I know that the internet wants us to talk about Lizzo's butt cheeks and T.I.'s podcast and Nicki Minaj's husband and Rihanna's leaving Drake's party and posting Chris Brown's music and all this other dumb shit that I don't give a fuck about that the world wants me to talk about all the time. I like to come here and talk about things that actually matter. Things that can help us. So I hope I did that. Anyway, y'all, thanks for riding with me. If you like this video, don't forget to like it. I'm pretty sure you're already subscribed if you're subscribed to my Patreon. And thank you guys so much. And I'll be talking to you guys later. Deuce.